300 of the 4,000 tanks Iraq had at the start of the war have now been destroyed. This has been a Gulf War update.
Well, only in the top 10, top 5. I mean, are you watching this program? And we are very pleased to present its cast. Here they are, the folks from A Different World, right here. Something going here, I'll tell you what. No longer on the Cosby coattail. These folks are out there tap dancing and doing the high wire and some very, very brilliant comedy all by yourself. You ain't time of your life, huh?
Yeah.
Come on. You are the sassiest person I ever...
That's a very nice way of putting it. Thank you, Phil.
And you know what else? You see a shrink.
Yeah, Debbie Allen.
Yeah.
Boy, did that help.
Your old boyfriend comes in and he's going to Paris and all this, and you're regular you-know-who on the show. Conflict and turmoil. Debbie's the psychiatrist.
Yes.
This is funny. I just want to show them here.
Okay.
Watch this. Kadeem Hardison happens to be her love interest in the, at the moment. Lord knows where it's going to go. Well, you're having fun. You two see each other at lunch, too, as well, off the set, don't you?
Yeah, every time I have a problem.
A movie mogul's car, or how'd
No.
I'm trying to get a little guest spot on your show.
Yeah.
I'm doing everything I can.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. What did I do? Bike Messenger was kind of full-time acting with part-time. Full-time because I couldn't get a job. Oh, couldn't act. That the show came along and I had to give up. I had to choose between riding that bike and making a lot of money.
You, Jalissa Vincent, a direct, no-nonsense 28-year-old on the show.
Kind of like Blue Mine.
You also wrote the lyrics, is that so, to the show's
To the
theme?
theme song, right. That all happened at the same time I got cast in the show. The people who did the production of the show, putting the music together, didn't know I could act, and the people who were casting the actors didn't know I was a musician. So I actually got called to do both gigs the same week, and neither one of them knew it till I walked into the room and they realized I was the same person.
I just want to quickly make sure that everybody knows who's here. Darryl Bell here, Ron Johnson, roommate, and you didn't even want to be an actor. Look at you now, my word.
Yeah.
No dreams, huh?
No, I really didn't. I was the one that bumped into the mogul on the street, and that's how I had never planned on it and just got very lucky to end up with them.
You don't believe it?
Yeah, you look pretty straight, Daryl. I buy it.
Yeah, true.
Also on hand, Glenn Turman. Well, Colonel, I do not want you mad at me. You're a calculus instructor on the program, and you're a 30-year veteran of this game. Who was in Raisin in the Sun? Yes. Sidney Poitier. You must have been... Well, How old were you?
30 years ago. I was 12 years old.
Wow, that's a nice way to jump out of the cake, isn't it?
Well, it's starting on the top. I like it.
Yeah. And did Sidney take a personal interest in you at the time?
Sidney was very influential. Very influential. Wonderful role model. Wasn't many black role models back then, and he kind of set the path.
Lou Myers, well, who is also in West Virginia?
That's right.
How proud they must be of you. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, just one of your many credits. And you also, of course, were in The Cosby Show.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what got me to A Different World.
Right. And you lost your hair when you were 4 years old.
No, I went... I went to the barber shop one day and headed...
And they had to call the Red Cross, give you a little...
across the street one day, and that was it.
You run the pit, which is the place where all the students hang out.
Right.
We should remind this audience that this situation comedy, which is to understate and oversimplify what they do here, this is a very, very, very bright, inventive comedic undertaking. How am I doing, friends?
All right. All right. Like it.
Takes place at Hillman, a black college. And I bet you got them all leaning forward at black colleges all over America, and you must feel a responsibility to them.
Yes, I do. Well, it's like going to college the second time, because I went to a black college, and now I'm playing the role, another role in college. There were men like myself in college. So now, instead of being a student, I can see it from another perspective. So I'm in college the second time.
I see. Charnel Brown?
Yeah.
Be here, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I got the book on you.
Oh.
Wait a minute. This, you probably don't even want to talk about it. How much weight you lose?
Oh, I don't know. I don't.
You went all the way down, too.
Yeah. Very proud of myself for that. Yeah.
From East Hampton, New York,
Yes.
and one of the things you do is you don't drink the sodas anymore. You don't drink the pop and the sugar. You just take water whenever you...
Yeah, water, but I do have some diet sodas, but it's basically eating right, you know, what God gave us. Eating right and exercising every day. You can't go wrong. You really can't.
You mind sharing with our audience here what it was that moved you to do this?
I'll tell you. I usually don't watch the show often, but I was watching the show, and I was walking across, and I saw my little derriere, well, my big derriere at the time, and I said, listen, I have to do something, because it was terrible. It was really bad.
You said it filled the whole screen. Is what
Yes, it filled in.
Well, couldn't we all use that motivation?
Thanks, Bill.
Well, I mean, you
But
did.
it's true, it's true, it's really true, and I had to do something about it, and now I'm much happier now.
Cree Summer is a Hollywood, California-born person who was quite literally raised, spent a long time in a Canadian, Saskatchewan Indian reservation.
Yes.
So your name, Cree?
Yes, I was named after the tribe. I lived on a reservation in Saskatchewan called Red Pheasant with the Plains Cree Indians for 10 years.
And learned a lot, I bet.
Learned a lot of beautiful things because I wasn't hanging out in school. I wasn't being babysat by a television set. I didn't see a television until I was 8 years old. So I was taught a lot of things that we're not necessarily taught in school, to respect the Earth Mother, and that life is sacred, and water, and fire, and...
Yeah. What occasion... What occasioned the visit to an Indian reservation? You are not Indian. It's not.
No, I have no Indian blood in me. My father is always been very interested in the native people and was an actor, actually at the height peaking in his career. And when I was born, he wanted to raise me somewhere beautiful, you know, in a paradise instead of a parking lot. So, and
wow.
So that's what ended up happening. He's, you know, a hippie before his time.
Wow, what a fortunate experience. Well, we got to get to it here. We're worried about Whitley and Dwayne. Yeah, sure. Hey, I'm going to accept whatever question you want to ask. Anytime at all, just let me know.
This is for you two. I just want to know when Whitley and Dwayne are going to do the wild thing.
We'd like to know, too. For the show right before we cancel.
Yeah.
The last one.
Well, you know, Whitley is a woman of virtue, so it has been a while. She's put it off for a while, but I think that's going to be a separate issue on the show, because we do have a responsibility to the young people that watch the show. And it's not... Well, it's not to say that it's good or bad, but I do think that since they're watching Whitley and Dwayne so closely, that we should handle it in a way that they can understand it. Dealing with birth control, knowing that it's someone that she loves, someone that cares for her, that it's a casual thing.
You have blacks behind the camera, and more than a few people have called our attention to the fact that you cannot expect to reflect the diverse culture of African Americans if you don't have in front of the camera, if there are not blacks behind. Please let me remind this audience that this undertaking, Different Worlds, has dealt with date rape. In fact, the copies of that script, that program, are sent to colleges. And the war has made its way to primetime entertainment television vehicles, including this program. We'll talk to you about that in just a moment. First, we want to share with our audience the subtle way that you hang on to your beloved Dwayne. Here's just, I think this is after you've had lunch with the guy who's going to Paris. Look how cool she is here. You can't let him know you want him, friends. Just make him bet. They like it. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
I would just like to know if any of you are married or have children.
I'm married.
Marriage gets a hand these days. That's good.
Yay.
Now, you others just aren't. Yes.
I want to know how often Lou has to shave his head.
I do it every time I wash my face.
Ow.
I just throw the water on there and grab any kind of razor and just 1, 2, 3.
Yes. Yes.
How much input does Bill Cosby have on the show, or is he just completely off and just his name is up?
Up here, we're here without Bill's input. So everything that happens and takes place on the show, he watches, and it always gets his stamp on it.
I just wanted to know if any of you had a favorite episode that you've worked on the show that was most meaningful.
The Kuwait show.
For me, especially, the Kuwait show was good because certain people up here, I'll let them talk about it more when we get into it, but the show that we did on the war. Right. But for me, especially this one, I think one of the best shows that we've ever done was a show that aired last season on Black History Month and apartheid. It was a great show. Great show.
Yeah, and to hold an audience, to compel an audience with what you and I would agree is very important material to an MTV culture is an achievement, and you have done that.
My personal thrill was when Gladys Knight came on the show, because she's one of my all-time favorite performers, people, and that was just a kick for me to be a Pip. That was happening.
Well, I will say that you had a white guy on your show.
White guy and a white girl.
A white guy and a white girl?
White girl. Marissa Tomei was the first non-black person on our show.
Yeah. Well, any suits standing around with gray hair saying, hey, why don't you just have one token somebody come in here? I mean, you feel the pressure, or is nobody's care, or I'm asking?
I don't think the white man that's on the show right now is my cousin, because I'm of mixed heritage on the show in reality. And he's come to the show to hang out with me. He goes to a neighboring college, and he's fallen in love with Kim Reese, Charnel's character.
Yeah. Yes, he has.
Yeah.
Let me just show this. I wanted to see this young man at work, Andrew Lowry, who certainly looks like he's at home. Yes. Here. All right. Here he is, starting to kind of reveal that he's got a crush on you. Watch this.
Thanks for telling me I got twigs in my hair.
Who can tell the difference?
Freddie, you can learn something from Zena Garrison here. Kim, you have a serious serve and volley game.
Thank you. Not too bad yourself.
Is there anything you can't do well?
No.
Hey, Freddie. Freddie, what do you think about me and Kim?
I think you're the most disgustingly aggressive, overly competitive, impatient players I've ever met.
No. I meant me and Kim.
You mean my cousin and my best friend? I love this. I think you guys would be the coolest couple in the whole world.
Well, that's what I thought, but you think she'll go out with me?
Oh, Matthew, in a heartbeat. Now, you just go and you ask her out.
I will.
Remember when that used to be controversial?
Oh, yeah. Still get letters. Yeah.
Yeah, well, from 6 people.
Yeah. You're just as handsome in person.
Let her talk.
How
How do you like working with Debbie Allen, and has the concept of the show changed since she's come on board?
Oh, Debbie has changed the whole environment on the show. She's given us a voice, a creative voice, and a direct road of contact with the writers and the producers, and she's also tried to make this as realistic a sitcom as possible and still entertaining, which is very important. I think what we lacked in the first season was that we could have been any college anywhere with anybody going to it. Now it's very specific, and you do enter a different world at 8:30 when you watch it.
The black-white issue is just one of the many very, very aggressive, honest issues to which the scripts of A Different World have spoken. I want you to just pick up now. Not everybody in your company is crazy about this relationship. Here's an explanation of that.
Kim, you again? Here to second Zulu's emotion?
No. I didn't like the brother's approach. He lacks discretion.
Oh, and you were very discreet when you told me I shouldn't date Matthew because he's white.
Well, that's how I felt.
Well, that's just too bad, Ron. This is not South Africa.
Point taken. I mean, can you blame me for wanting to keep one of Hillman's finest sisters to myself? Or some equally deserving brother.
I didn't know you cared.
Well, neither did I until you started dating Opie. Yeah, how would you feel if I was dating Aunt B?
I know, I might not like it, but hey, if you want to go out with some old lady, I respect your right to do it.
Go ahead, Dr. D.
Ron, you do know how to be a friend.
One of my many talents. May a friend walk you home?
Oh, rain check. I'm meeting Opie at the coffee house. See ya.
I hope he's paying.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I wanted to know, is it all Debbie Allen? Because a few years ago, to be honest, I wouldn't give the show the time of day, but I find myself really looking forward to seeing it. It's a very good show, but a few years ago, it was nothing like this. Is it all Debbie?
Well, we have very creative writers, and you've got to start where the seed is planted. The writers have gotten the go-ahead from the people in power, especially Mr. Cosby, who said, hey, take the show and take the chances. We think that America has grown up. We think that we don't want to give us fluff and that we're tired of that diet. So go for it. And the writers that they put together are very capable, as you can see. And I think that that combination thrown into the mix is what has made you tune in.
and a whole bunch of other folks. You're a top 5 show. Do I understand? Number 3.
I like my number better.
Between 1 and 2.
Yeah. And we'll be back with the cast of this extraordinary television program in just a moment.
Hey, Judy.
Yeah.
Ounce for ounce, can you mix a bowl of cereal with more vitamin and mineral nutrition than Total?
Sure.
Well, have fun. That's great, but you need more calcium and iron.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You know, Judy, a bowl of all those put together can't top an equal amount of Total. One serving of whole grain Total has 100% of 12 vitamins and minerals. Seriously, for all this nutrition, nothing can top Total.
Well, sounds like I've got a problem. I hated them. I actually hated my hands. They were dry, rough and dry. When my hands become my own worst enemy, I take care of them. With 2 of these. It's more than just an ordinary lotion. It's Vaseline Intensive Care Lotion. Its unique therapeutic formula begins to relieve and heal my dry skin instantly. Yes, instantly. And that's a relief. Feel your hands. Do you hate them or do you love them?
Vaseline Intensive Care Lotion. Healing you can feel instantly.
In the spirit of the Northwest, here's what's happening.
In the spirit of the Northwest and former Governor Tom McCall, KATU and Fred Meyer are looking for some great kids. Awards will be presented in 10 categories to youth who serve their community in outstanding ways. Pick up entry forms at Fred Meyer Customer Information Desk or contact KATU.
Come up and celebrate the spirit of today's great kids.
Sinbad, incidentally, will be joining us later this week. Here are the cast of A Different World. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. I'd just like to compliment you on the Kuwait show, which is excellent. And I liked it so much that I wrote in and wrote NBC to tell them that.
Thank you.
Let us say that Blair Underwood returns to his alma mater, Hillman College, the place of A Different World. And he's teed off. He's going to have to put his studies at MIT on hold because he's been shipped. He got his orders, and he's going to the Gulf. And he doesn't like it even a little bit. And I assume he was under your command, so to speak, when he was at the school. Here is a not-so-funny scene from A Different World, which speaks to certainly the most important issue on the world's political agenda today. Watch this from A Different World.
It's not fair, Colonel.
No, it's not fair. I wish to God I could tell you something to make you feel better. I have a friend. Very bright. Painter. One day, he went blind. Just like that. Some freak of nature. 10 years. Was in and out of hospitals. Finally, he got some of his sight back, but never could paint the same, though he never stopped trying, you know. Whenever I start feeling sorry for myself, I think about him. He doesn't know it, but he's my inspiration. That story didn't really help me too much, Colonel. That story wasn't supposed to help you. That story helps me. Now, soldier! Son, find your own source of inspiration.
Yeah. And that show did well, did it? I mean, that scored.
Well.
Maybe there is a God. Maybe we do give a damn here in this country, you know? When you're able to draw a crowd for material like that.
I don't know how aware your audience is of this fact, though. I just want to make sure it doesn't slip by the fact that Miss Jasmine Guy and Dominic Hoffman wrote that particular story.
Yes.
I just want to say that what you guys do is so great every week. It's so great. We all really enjoy your work. But my question is for Jasmine. What made you want to start singing? I mean, your album is great. It's hot.
Thank you.
What made you start?
I've been singing for a long time. I was a dancer and musical theater person before I came to L.A., did Different World, did Beehive, The Wiz, Leader of the Pack. And so I'm more comfortable, actually, with that than being Whitley. So it's a curious combination now.
Yes.
With Debbie Allen on the show and with all this musical talent, are you going to have a show that deals it with music?
Well, let's... Gee, let's...
We feel like we're always bursting into song.
Yeah. You know, Dwayne.
But we have a talent show that's coming up that hasn't been shown, but it's coming up this spring. That we did it, and they had to rewrite some of it. But it's a talent show. Everybody's singing and dancing.
Loose tapping. Loose tap dancing.
My question is about censorship. Have you had any kind of problem with censorship since you're so controversial in some of your programs?
Yeah, well, they monitor how we talk about sex, how we deal with You know, there was a pregnancy show where Charnel's character thought she was pregnant. What are those implications? And we have to answer to a lot of people, the network, Mr. Cosby, Alvin Poussant. So we have a lot of people monitoring the show.
It's not so much because we're controversial, though. It's more so that they don't want us to offend anyone because so many different people like us, they're afraid that if we say this word, like sex or whatever, that it will offend this large group of people. So we find ourselves being, we're probably going to be like 45-year-old virgins before it's all over.
I would like to ask Jasmine, where are you from, and do you work on that accent? You don't speak quite the same here as you do on your show.
But you do.
Where are you?
Whitley's Uncle Bob.
I started out in Arkansas.
Oh, okay. I was born in Boston. I lived in New York and Westchester County for 8 years in Atlanta, and then back to New York. So up and down the East Coast, I speak like a lot of different folk, I guess.
Did not some of you visit Morehouse and Spelman and other colleges?
The writers
did.
They made that tour after our second season.
They go every hiatus, every summer.
Yeah. They go down to see what the response has been to what they've seen for the year.
And what actually goes on those
They get story ideas, they get criticisms about the show, how realistic.
Now, the black college in America does not print money, so you must bring a certain... I assume they feel they're getting a lot more attention and enthusiasm, and it's reflected in enrollment, is it not?
Sure.
Because of your
Sure. Tremendously.
Sure.
You know, and I think it's safe to say that not only black colleges watch our show, I think college people, young people, even older people, our seniors, enjoy us and watch us because we have a little bit of something for everyone. You know, young, old, in between, ambitious, positive, hopeful, and I think folks just enjoy us.
It's important for young kids to see that we can go to school because they don't see that. They don't see it in their neighborhood. So when they can look at TV and go, well, there are some black folk going to school and they're smart and they're having a good time and they're all getting along. That's something I might be able to do when I graduate.
Plus, when I think about when I grew up on and watching television, there was, you know, Room 222 and Cotter, and all these were high school shows. And, you know, everyone always emphasized graduate from high school. And now we've taken it to the next level and said, no, graduate from college. And then now we're going to graduate from grad school. So every, I guess, decade or so, it progresses to the next level.
Right.
So, you know, I lived in New York all the time, and for years, I had a hard time explaining who I was. And when Different World came on, all of my friends said, oh, now I know who Lou is. I'm from these kinds of people. And I tried to say this, but no one, they thought we were all bums. I said, but I'm not a bum. They thought we were all bums. So now I can see who I'm from. I'm from this kind of people.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
Alone and broke at Christmas, a man jumps from the 86th floor of the Empire State Building. Moments later, a gust of wind blows him back to a job and a place to stay. Fact, she was no bigger than a house cat, and this is how she saw the world. Yet Lucia Zarate was a fully grown woman. Fact, at the bottom of a harbor in Brazil lie the remains of a ship that may rewrite history. Did the Romans find the New World 12 centuries before Columbus? Events that defy belief, astonishing feats, amazing discoveries. Now you can enjoy thousands of true stories in Time Life Books' brand new Library of Curious and Unusual Facts. Start with Feats and Wisdom of the Ancients, and you'll find an electric battery that's 2,000 years old. Brain surgery performed successfully during the Stone Age. A Roman highway network far longer than our interstates, and an unseen star system known long before the telescope. Then follow new leads on famous disappearances. Listen to the language of animals. Explore the mystery of England's crop circles, and find your own field of dreams, America's only public diamond mine. Look at the evidence. Eyewitness accounts and hundreds of astonishing photographs. There's never been a collection of stories like this. Call now to order Feats and Wisdom of the Ancients free for 10 days. No charge, no obligation. If you don't think it's one of the most intriguing books you've ever read, you can send it back. And that's a fact.
Call 1-800-223-7600 to examine Feats and Wisdom of the Ancients, free for 10 days. Keep it and pay only $12.99 plus shipping and handling. Other books will follow on the same trial basis, one about every other month. Keep only those you want. Cancel anytime. Call now, 1-800-223-7600.
As part of the Earth Agenda, KATU and Northwest Natural Gas remind you that recycling plastic is as easy as 246.
Look for those symbols on the bottom of plastic containers.
Then bring your clean, separated plastic to participating Thriftway stores on Saturday, February 23rd.
The Girl Scouts and Denton Plastics will be on hand to receive your plastic materials.
Look for a special brochure at your local Thriftway store.
Start saving your plastic now for Good Neighbors Plastics Recycling Day, February 23rd.
Travel to Los Angeles arranged through Continental. Whether you're taking off for a family vacation or a romantic getaway, come fly with Continental for a great winter vacation.
I was just wondering if they're gonna continue with having Jaleesa on the show. I mean, I think she's like really funny, and I was hoping they'd continue with more seasons.
Oh, well, thank you.
Definitely.
You mean like after this season coming up?
Yeah.
Since you've already graduated.
Well, I'm still there now. I'm an executive at a marketing firm, and there's been talk going around that I think maybe next year I'm going to start my own business. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I like to say you guys have a very good show, and I like to know what happened to Sinbad.
Well, he's still on the show. And
Sinbad's still here.
yes, and will be on the Donahue show, the highlight of his professional life later this week. Well, Jalissa, apparently somebody, Dawn, somebody who got promoted, a girlfriend got promoted, or not a girlfriend, a fellow woman worker got promoted for the wrong reasons. You know the scene?
Yes.
Show him.
Yes.
Show him, Brian. Watch this.
Now I know how my boss made it up the corporate ladder. Girlfriend's livid. Every time my senior vice president walks by, she just manages to conveniently drop something in his path, which means she has to bend over and pick it up nice and slow. Then she puts her chest all in his face and goes into her, ooh, excuse me, Mr. Blackburn, while he stands there drooling all over himself.
So what's the problem?
Yeah. Your character's name is Jaleesa, and don't forget that now, Dawn.
My question is for the Colonel. Will there be a love interest soon?
Yeah, come on, Colonel.
His favorite subject.
Well, I believe that they're starting to think in those terms, and so stay tuned. All right.
Close to it.
I beg your pardon?
Valentine's Day's coming up.
Oh,
Take
yes,
a look.
you must
You're going to
watch.
see the Colonel getting a little taste on Valentine's Day.
I have a comment for Cree. I think you're one of the most positive sisters on TV, and I'd like to know what other projects you have out right now, or what else you're doing besides TV.
I do a lot of work in animation. I do a lot of character voices for different animated shows and narration work, and I try to do as much as I can to help the planet. Do some work with Greenpeace and about what?
I'm about the one where the hair comes off. My favorite.
Oh, I work on a television show at the Steven Spielberg cartoon called Tiny Toons. I played this little girl named Elmira that plays her like this.
Yes.
I want to know, have you done any tapes or done anything for our men in the armed services? Something hilarious to send to a USO?
We did a couple of them. We did one for Christmas and Valentine's Day, and what is it, President's Day that we did one for last week? And
One of them we had to do over because our skirts were too short. We had to do it with longer.
Yes.
I'd like to ask Jasmine Guy how she liked working with Eddie Murphy on Harlem Nights.
Was he on a different world?
Harlem Nights.
That was, I had a great time on that movie. He's very funny, as we all know, but he's also a very focused worker. He was directing and writing that as well. And they treated me like a queen on that show. I had to, you know, go back to a different world without my little chair, without somebody to hold my wardrobe and mine. So it was nice.
wondering, are there any plans for Bill Cosby to be on an episode?
Let's call Bill. Yeah. We don't make plans for Bill. He tells us.
It appears that you all have a good working relationship, but I know after...
I don't like none of them.
After a certain period of time, I know when you get really tired, anything is funny. Do you have any good bloopers you could tell us about?
We have reels of bloopers. You could just sit back and...
Jasmine, everybody got a blooper, but let's pick Jasmine.
Jasmine did a scene where Whitley gets drunk and what does he do? You tack a picture of Denzel Washington on a pillow, and she's telling him how much she loves him, and Debbie's friends with Denzel, and in one of the takes, she had Denzel walk onto the set.
I was totally mortified. Horrible.
I'd like to ask the girl, the second one on the end, how she lost 3 sizes.
My name is Charnel.
Right. My name is Julie. All right.
Okay. Actually, I decided to just basically eat right. Eating 3 meals a day. I cut out flour, and I cut out sugar, and I cut out meat.
How long did it take you, she'd like to know?
2.5 months. Yeah.
We locked her in a room for 3 months. And she couldn't eat.
She was actually extremely gorgeous, even 3 sizes large.
Do any of you plan on entering politics?
Yes, I'm going to be president. President of the world. Right.
I was wondering, you play all parts, all of you play parts that go from very wealthy to poor in college. What was the panel's real growing up background economically?
I don't know. From me or down the way down?
Well, we heard from Cree this wonderful idyllic environments that your father exposed you to. Most of you middle-class folks, aren't you?
Yeah. From Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Charleston, West Virginia.
I have the best of it. We're the mountain people. We were isolated, and yet we were exposed.
Yeah. And we'll be back in just a moment.
Fellas, meet Micro Keebler. Everything he touches turns smaller.
Smaller? We're already elves, sir.
Watch this cookie.
Wow.
It's an elfkin. New Keebler Elfkins. We take elf-shaped cookies, fill them with fudge, and Micro shrinks them.
Elfkins are the funnest cookies ever. Mr. Micro, you're a genius. I gotta shake your hand.
Elmer.
These are totally awesome. You can eat them in one bite.
New Elfkins from Keebler.
How can you stop a throbbing toothache? Massage your hand with ice. How do you cure poison ivy? Try oatmeal. How do you quiet a colicky baby? Run the vacuum. How do I know these cures really work? Because my staff and I spent months interviewing over 500 doctors and health professionals to bring you this incredible book, The Doctor's Book of Home Remedies, from the editors of Prevention Magazine Health Books. I'm Bill Gottlieb, editor-in-chief. And after writing about health for over 14 years, I can assure you there has never been a more complete and practical encyclopedia of home healing techniques than the Doctor's Book of Home Remedies. Over 670 pages, 2,300 remedies, the wisdom and experience of over 500 top U.S. doctors and health experts covering over 130 different health problems. You'll learn how a steaming cup of coffee can stop an asthma attack, how plain yogurt soothes a sunburn. From controlling diabetes to ending diaper rash, you'll find it all in the Doctor's Book of Home Remedies.
Call now for the Doctor's Book of Home Remedies. Try it absolutely free for 21 days. That's 3 full weeks to read and use this home encyclopedia of health and healing absolutely free. Then, if you choose to keep it, we'll bill you in 3 easy installments of only $8.98.
And as a free gift, you'll also get this Meals That Heal cookbook, over 50 pages of recipes and recommendations on the foods and dishes that can help make you well and keep you healthy.
Remember, you can try the Doctor's Book of Home Remedies free for 21 days, and the free Meals That Heal cookbook is yours to keep. So call now.
In the meantime, use your blow dryer to soothe an earache. Try rubbing aspirin on a bee sting. To stop grinding your teeth,
Call 1-800-858-4200. 1-800-858-4200.
On the next Oprah, are you at war with your in-laws?
Yes. Hi, I'd like to know how much input you have into the different directions that your characters take during the show.
Everybody has something to say, but it's really a combination. The writers usually don't come up with something that's too far off to the left or to the right. And between our feeling back between them, we always have an open line of communication. And with Debbie meshing it all together, it ends up to be what you see.
Over here, friend.
Hi, I wanted to ask Kadeem, I saw Death by Temptation. It was really good, and I wanted to know what else you're doing.
I'm still trying to live it down. But I had a good time doing it, and hopefully over the summer, Damon Wayans and I will do a film together, which will be a lot of fun.
I just noticed. You don't mind, do you?
What? Oh, no, go ahead, man.
Can you see? You have to show monitors. Well, that's pretty.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what. They'll spot you from the knees down. Never. And was this part of the experience in Canada?
Oh, no, this is, I went to group meditation and had a really wonderful experience, and I wanted to get a tattoo to remind me about the magical experience I had. I really like tattoos, so it has really nothing to do with the show.
Yeah, your family would probably just assume you didn't get any more. I don't know. Is it all right with it?
My father's covered in tattoos.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he?
They're hereditary.
I just want to make one, I want to call your attention one more time to this beautiful dome here. And as you watch this scene, he wants to adopt a baby. And he figures if he, maybe they won't like the bald. Watch this.
Oh, yeah!
Yes, I was wondering, when your characters graduate from Hillman, will they follow you? Will the story follow you guys?
Probably too early, huh?
Wayne is probably going to go to graduate school.
I don't think... Okay.
So, yeah, maybe I'll be the sole survivor. But hopefully everybody will stay around.
Cree and I are juniors,
They got
so we
a
have
couple
another
of years
year.
left.
We're babies.
Ron hasn't passed the class since he was a sophomore. So he'd probably be there until he's 40.
Yeah.
I'd just like to, this question's for anybody. I've always been interested in acting. I'd like to know how long you have to go to school to be an actor, and when did any of you go? How long it took you to get started?
Ask Kadeem.
Yeah, I think you just know. You can feel if you can act. School doesn't make you an actor. It perfects it, or it helps you get better use of the tool. But I think you know if you can act, and you get up and you try it, and if it's good, you see the reactions, the faces.
Does Kadeem wear glasses?
No, 2020, darling.
Yeah, that was my next question.
You all are funny on stage, but who's the funniest off stage?
Princess Yasmin. No. My Princess Yasmin.
These two here.
I say Sinbad.
Sinbad is bad, isn't he? Yes, ma'am.
As black actors, what did it take to make it in this business?
For me, 14 years.
Perseverance. Perseverance.
Faith in God.
Rolling on.
Yeah.
Chances are you walk up to 6 miles a day. That's half the length of Manhattan. That's why Rockport invented the Rockport walking bump. Italian styling outside, and inside, comfort technology never used before in a woman's dress shoe. Like the patented Technolite heel cushion to absorb 38% of pavement shock. The Rockport walking bump, engineered to make you feel like walking.
Rockports make you feel like walking.
Touchstone Pictures presents Bette Midler and Woody Allen. After 16 years of marriage, he's doing the honorable thing. He's telling the truth.
I had an affair.
The whole truth.
Did she do tricks in bed, things I don't do?
No. Yes, actually she did.
And nothing but the truth.
Have there been others?
2, yes, and there were one night.
Scenes from a mall.
3, actually, if you count the hooker in Dallas. But that was business. That was totally business. They sent it to my room. I couldn't refuse. It was a gift.
Rated R.
Starts Friday at a theater near you.
A clean home is a place you can feel good about. So treat yourself to the world's best whole home cleaning machine, the Power Steamer Deluxe by Bissell. The Power Steamer Deluxe lets you deep clean carpets, upholstery, and even bare floors with professional style water extraction cleaning and now stronger suction than ever before. So feel good about your home. Get your carpets, upholstery, and bare floors really clean. Don't rent. Clean anytime you like with your own whole home cleaning machine. The Bissell Power Steamer Deluxe, $159.99 at Meyer and Frank.
They can make your life miserable.
She thinks that I stole her son.
I hate your guts. You're a disgrace to our family.
At war with your in-laws on the next Oprah Winfrey Show.
Wednesday at 4 on Channel 2.
Do you feel that there will be any other shows branching off from a different world?
Like spin-off?
Like spin-off?
Sure, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible.
I hope this one doesn't end just yet. Before we start talking about the spin-off.
Hi, you're role models for today's youth. I'd like to know who some of your role models are.
My father.
Yeah, my mother.
My grandmother.
John Lennon.
For all of you guys, in some cases or sometimes, do you disagree or argue about any subject or any matter like the troops overseas or anything? Are there any political fights on set?
It's a family. We have a family sort of thing, and just like in any family, there are disagreements. But because there is so much love, like in any family, they're usually rectified.
Yeah, and they're usually predictable because we know each other so well. You usually know what everybody's opinion is going to be.
Yeah.
Very, very different individuals.
This is none of our business, but here I go anyway. You know, the bucks they're selling these things for in the rerun, as you will soon be. Now, you've got 4 seasons, am I correct?
Right. Yes.
And I don't know, what does it take, 5, 6, then you're... And now,
There's only 3 seasons before
now
you
3,
get,
you're on the 4th.
before you get syndicated.
Boy, you could go for big bucks, and, you know, certainly the numbers today indicate that. Do you have a piece of that, or do you negotiate that? Is that part of the... I don't know, I want...
What'd you say? What?
In many ways, really, the revenue is greater in syndication than it is on the first run. Isn't that so? As Cosby,
It can be, Phil. I think what one of the things that we have a situation here in which one of the things that has happened with us is being such a newcomer. We were all kind of like took everybody by surprise, and I don't think anyone expected this to happen. So as a result, we're adjusting to this new power, as well as the power forces are.
The rumor has it that the Donahue show didn't leave any syndication money left, you know.
None at all. None at all.
I wanted to ask Jasmine, are you going to stay with the show for quite a while, or will you leave to pursue your singing career?
Quite a while. That's a relative term. I've been on it for quite a while, though. I think, I don't know, I have to play it by ear. My career's doing well in many different areas, and I've been able to balance both my musical career with my acting on the show. Different World's very supportive of letting me out for certain events, and I don't see any reason to rock that boat.
Let me just show you Kadeem and Daryl at work here. Kadeem is upset, Jasmine. This goes back to the plot about you went to lunch with the guy who's going to fair, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, here's a man who...
Do you, as members of the cast, ever compare notes on salaries or airtime? Does that spark any discussions?
No. No. We don't discuss our salaries.
Yeah.
Your show emphasizes black education. I was just curious, did you guys go to college, or did you say with a check like...
It's Saturday morning, about 9 o'clock. Get out of bed and do the cinnamon roll rock. Let's go. Let's go. Mama, let's cinnamon roll rock. Rock, rock, cinnamon roll rock. Let your family know that you love them a lot. Drive real wild with a cinnamon roll rock. Lots of cinnamon and that icing on top. Get them out of bed with that cinnamon. Cinnamon roll rock. Yeah, Mama. I mean, Mrs. Wilson. Nothing says loving like my cinnamon rolls.
How would you like to come see the Blazers play the Lakers in L.A.? You could win the Trailblazers road trip sweepstakes. Enter as often as you like at Subway.
Sound quality
quality is amazing.
No scratches at all.
That's when music was music.
It's all on CD.
Introducing Entertainment Weekly's Rock Archive CD collection. It's free with a paid subscription to Entertainment Weekly. This exclusive Rock Archive collection has 30 of the most listened to hits from the 60s to today on 2 beautifully produced CDs or 3 audio cassettes. And the Rock Archives will sound even better when you hear that it's free.
What? Do I have to pay taxes on it?
It's free when you subscribe to Entertainment Weekly at a savings of almost 50% off the cover price.
Entertainment Weekly is like a quick fix on what's out there.
It's a great magazine.
I love the pictures.
It gives you the inside scoop and a behind-the-scenes look at movies, television, videos, books, and more. Call right now and get 18 issues for 3 monthly installments of only $5.99 each. Or use your credit card today.
Stupendous. It's outrageous.
Totally awesome.
So call and subscribe today. You'll save almost 50% on Entertainment Weekly, and you'll also get the Rock Archive set free.
The new 1991 Plymouth Voyager all-wheel drive sure makes going places a whole lot easier. For starters, it has the power to tow a boat or a trailer. Its new all-wheel drive will help you handle tough country roads. The anti-lock brakes can help you stop safely, even on slippery pavement. This step-up makes loading or climbing in easier than ever. Going somewhere special this year? Get there first class in the new Plymouth Voyager.
There's a new car for you today at your Metro Chrysler Plymouth dealer where they have more advantages for your family.
She made it to the top as a big Hollywood star.
But behind the scenes, she was living a nightmare.
Tomorrow on AM Northwest, meet actress Ali Sheedy.
Join us at 9.
These products are made of plastic, and all of them can be recycled.
Find out more. Watch How to Recycle Plastic tonight on Channel 2 News at 5 and 11.
For a transcript of today's show, send $3 to Donahue Transcripts, 267 Broadway, New York, New York, 1007, or call 212-227-READ.
Mixing love with laughter. Meet romantic couples from Cheers, Amen, and Coach on the next Donahue from L.A.
A Different World airs when? See, Thursday night, 8:30, NBC. Hi.
Thursday night, 8:30.
Yeah.
On Thursday nights, I guess, on NBC. On NBC.
Yes, thank you very much.
I just wanted to ask this gentleman here.
Yes.
What college did you graduate from?
He just told you, this School of Hard Knocks.
No. He didn't.
Oh, Lou, I'm sorry. Lou, where'd you go?
I went to undergrad at West
Service
Virginia.
provided and promotional fees paid by the following.
Enter a world of good taste. Visit your local Broyhill Showcase Gallery.
Broyhill brings the good life home to you.
Now you can make wrinkles and puffiness seem to disappear with sudden change. In just minutes, see the years smoothed away. Sudden change. You look years younger in minutes.
While in Los Angeles, the Donahue staff and guests stay at the legendary Beverly Hills, the only hotel after which a city was named. Limousines for Donahue Show guests furnished by Music Express Limousine Service, New York and Los Angeles.
On the next Oprah, are you at war with your in-laws?